Hey everyone, I've got an important manifesting secret to share with you today. It is so potent, so powerful, and yet a lot of you probably haven't fully realized this. So I hope that this video can help you have that light bulb moment where everything suddenly fits, it comes together, it comes in place, and you just feel super powerful, like you're going to take on the world and like your manifestation is right around the corner. Whatever you're trying to manifest. If it's a love relationship, money, that job call that you've been waiting for, the success that you deserve. Okay, so let's talk. I always talk from personal experience, and I offer coaching programs based on these techniques. Studywithveronica.com is the place to go. Okay, so I am someone that has transformed my entire life. My entire life with this type of knowledge, with this type of concept, because it's something that was so eye-opening for me. And I couldn't believe I hadn't realized it sooner. And once it went off, once it really sunk in, things started to fall into place. They sort of locked and synced together. Okay, so it was the realization that my future was not written from my past. Not in any way, shape, or form. My future was actually being written by whatever I was focusing on right now. And the beautiful thing about that, when it really hit me, like this is a thunderbolt moment, like wow, is the fact that I can think about anything, anything I want. There's no one stopping me. There's no one making me think something I don't want to. There's no one restricting me. There's no one telling me what I can or cannot think about. It's all me. I'm the master of my kingdom. I'm the master of my world. I'm the master of my destiny. My thoughts and feelings are mine and mine alone. And my future is being written from this moment right now. It's not being written by past experiences, past relationships, past failures, past things that have happened. Now, the second important component to this is that your ego mind, your lazy mind, is going to want to create from default, from the last thing that happened. It likes to use this as a basis. It likes to write sequels, let's just say. You know how most sequels to movies just are kind of awful and it's kind of lazy? As if the writers didn't want to write a whole new movie, they just wanted to write a sequel because, well, the first one did okay, so they're like, well, we'll just write another one that's similar. The ego mind, the human mind, your lazy mind is going to want to just use past experiences, good or bad, it doesn't care. It's just going to want to use the past and duplicate it and keep on creating from whatever happened. Now the problem with this and how it differs from movies, because usually in terms of movies they're trying to make more money because the first one was successful. But the problem in terms of when this happens in life is a lot of times we have failures or disappointments or we're not succeeding. And then the ego mind just makes a duplication of that, writes a sequel to that. When you could actually start from scratch, create from nothing, create the best. Like I said, you are in control. When that really sunk in for me, it was so freeing, so amazing, such a delicious feeling of being on top of the world because I could create from anything. I think I first learned about this concept from an old video from Bob Proctor. He was talking to an audience of people and he had a book in his hand. And I think he asked the audience to look through the book and look at the page numbers. And I think it was like page number 34, then there was a blank. So he asked the audience to number the blank one. Of course, most of the audience decided that since 34 was the last one that happened, the next one should be 35, right? Wrong. It could be 105, it could be 205, it could be 1. He wanted to prove the point that what came prior does not have to affect what comes after. And when I really learned that, it was like, wow, I am not obligated by what happened in the past. I am not bound to those experiences. I can create my future based on anything. I can imagine my future events from anything. I do not need to use whatever happened in the past as my mold, as my basis for what is going to happen in the future. I can pick anything. I can start from scratch. I can reinvent myself. I can reinvent myself as a success. Just because I've been a failure in terms of money doesn't mean I have to write my future as that. And I chose to not write my future as that any longer. I used to work 3 jobs. 3 jobs. Overtime. And yet, I still never had enough money. I was still working minimum wage and never having enough to make my ends meet. I was always going into further debt whenever my car broke down. And yet I was working 3 jobs and working like 60 plus hours a week and still not making it happen. And I decided one day, this was no longer my experience. This isn't who I want to be. This isn't who I identify with any longer. My future is not based on my past. Again, a lot of times we feel like we have to base the future on what happened in the past, almost like we're silly or naive if we don't use the past events as our basis, as our mold. But I challenge you right now to start from scratch, blank slate, as if you just came into this world and you had some desires at hand and you decided to create your future, create your life, create your destiny, shape it without any baggage from the past, because you had no past. You were just fresh into this world. What would that be like? You have no obligation to the past. Just because page number 34 came before does not mean you need to name the next page 35. The future can be anything. You know who's choosing right now what is going on inside of your mind? You. I can't choose it for you. Your best friend can't choose it for you. Your worst enemy can't choose it for you. No one can choose it for you but you. There's no limitations. You could do anything in your mind right now. You could imagine any person in your world saying anything you wanted. You could imagine your specific person professing their love to you right now. You could decide that you are lucky in love. You could decide that you are someone who is healthy and strong and vibrant. You could decide that you are someone that suddenly looks 10 years younger. If you've seen my videos from years ago, I've been making videos for a while now. And as you can see, I'm actually not aging. Why is this happening? Why is it happening? Maybe it's because it's what I'm manifesting. I'm manifesting all good things, and my life continues to get better all the time. I never use the past as my basis. I will take good things from the past for momentum to build upon, but any failure, any disappointment, anything I didn't like, it remains in the past. Kind of like that saying, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. What happened in the past stays in the past. And again, I challenge you to try to take the same approach. Do it for even just 3 days. Decide to create fresh as if you have brand new eyes on this planet. Stop with those former beliefs of limitations, things that people have told you, experiences that you've had, disappointments that you've had. Stop basing what is going on in your heart and your mind on those things. Hire new writers. Don't let the old ones be lazy and write from the past. Let's write fresh from what we actually want, what we actually think could happen. Let's dare to dream that better things actually could happen. All right, I'm Veronica. If you liked this video, I have so many more that you can watch. Click on one of these helpful links. And if you would like to do some coaching with me, studywithveronica.com. Learn more about me there. Have a wonderful day. I'm so happy that you're here with me. And leave a comment below to help inspire others. If I could transform my life, you can do it too. Have a good day.